Hey there, Fox 6 meteorologist Wes Wyatt in the Storm Warning Center. We're getting ready for a busy Saturday night around here. It's an event we've been talking about for over a week now, and unfortunately still looks like the threat of severe weather is in the mix for tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow. So let's cut right to it here, show you what's going on. And here's a look at some of the earliest projected times. 8 p.m. across West Alabama at the earliest, 11 p.m. across central sections, and then making its way into East Alabama. But I like to call this basically watch the radar phase of the forecast. I mean, we can basically go ahead and take the models out of the equation as this thing's almost right on top of us. You know, I'm really concerned about what we're going to see out ahead of this line over the next few hours. You can see around Jackson, it's 77, and yes, that's 80 degrees down in Montgomery. But you can see that we do have just a few scattered showers back in here trying to develop. Looks like a few storms may be starting to develop. See, there's a lightning strike right there near Monroe, and then looks like a lightning strike right there across central Louisiana. So we're getting some discrete little lone cells trying to pop out ahead of the main line. Now this is going to be kind of round number one. We'll be watching this activity to see how it kind of migrates to the north and east heading into the evening hours, and then the main line, the main bulk of this activity back in here will be pushing through later tonight. So we'll kind of see this hit us in two phases. We'll have to watch that initial threat, and then later on tonight the main line moves in. So what are we talking here? Basically all modes of active weather. There will be a chance for damaging straight line winds with any severe storms, and also we're looking at a threat of tornadoes too. So you want to be weather aware through the rest of today. Look at those temperatures out there, upper 70s. I think we'll hit 80 degrees over parts of West Alabama, and that's some of the most unstable air that we have in the coverage area. It extends down through Rockford and into Dadeville. You know, one of the parameters we look at, Cape. I'm going to be interested to check out those values here. We may see some of those readings very, very high, which is basically the fuel and low-level instability to help to spark some of those stronger thunderstorms. And winds are quite gusty. We've got what we call a low-level jet in place, winds gusting out of the south direction. There's actually a wind advisory in place, and I know you probably stepped out today and say, wow, it feels warm. I may take the boat out on the lake. The wind advisory, you certainly don't want to be caught out over the open water. We're expecting gusts as high as 30 miles per hour today. Hey, let's go ahead and look at our high-resolution model, and you see what I'm really concerned about here by 9 p.m. You see how we get this development out ahead of the line, the main line. That's what the models are kind of hinting at, so we're going to have to watch that closely. A lot of times these lone, discrete thunderstorms have a greater chance of becoming severe, and then you can see the main squall line getting closer to us. Looks like during the early morning. There's 3 a.m., and I know I said East Alabama 3 a.m. There will be a chance, again, for some of those discrete storms to maybe try to fire up out ahead of this, so we threw that time frame on there. 6:30 in the morning, you can see that final push right around sunrise time across the area. Some strong winds possible, some heavy rainfall, and this should be the final push of that active weather, and we'll notice a big contrast tomorrow in just how it feels today. It won't be quite as humid behind this system. We've got streaming weather, foxalabamalive.com. If you need to find us online or on your mobile device in the event of power loss, we always like to throw this out there, and hopefully we won't have anything like that tonight, but if you do have the need to try to find us on your phone, if you have the Fox 6 weather app, you can use that for the mobile stream, or of course through a browser you can bring up that stream at foxalabamalive.com. We're posting updates. If you've been following us, our weather blog, myfoxtracker.com, you can find updates right there, and of course on the radio, we're on local Clear Channel stations. So just some great sources to kind of keep you ahead of this nasty weather we've got moving in there. And of course on Facebook, if you have any reports, questions about the forecast, Wes Wyatt, Fox 6 on Facebook, that's where you can find me, and also at Wes Wyatt Weather on Twitter. If you have any reports to pass along, always helpful too. But we'll be here in the Weather Center. JP's going to roll in here in just a little while. We're going to be here all night long, keeping a close eye on this setup for you, and hopefully things won't be too rough around here, but we can't rule out, again, that threat for some active weather. Be sure to pass the message, and we'll be breaking in at times if needed on Fox 6. Stay tuned.